Hello, fellow traders. This is TheRumpledOne coming to you Monday, August the 9th. The year's 2021. Let's talk trading. How to analyze a chart, part 9. This video is for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. I know I said last night that I was going to probably do something else, but I got some more questions about analyzing charts. One, they wanted me to talk about order blocks, so that'll be coming up. But Um, I got a question about statistics. They wanted to know about pivot points and inside bars in particular. Now, let's just kind of talk about statistics. Um, Basically, statistics. Whoops, that was an alert. um, are just facts that you calculate, based on data. So, for example, when we're talking about, say, the range of the pound, we can look at, over a certain period of time, how many times was the range greater than 50? How many times was it greater than 60? How many times was it greater than 70? And that way, we know what to expect. But not on average. We just know what to expect. So for example, if the range of the pound is usually greater than 60, like by 90% or more, and the current range is 40, we can pretty much expect that the pound's going to range. In fact, yesterday, I believe I had the buy zone chart up, and the range was somewhere around here. I mean, we hadn't moved much. I think, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think this, and I said, chances are it's going to move away from the open. Well, it did. It took out the pivot, then it came back down and went the other way. So we know that price it's going to move. So that's one type of statistic. So the other one is an if X then Y type of statistic, where if X occurs, then Y is going to occur a certain amount of time. So, for example, um, say take pivots, for example. Let's see, find that pivot chart. I think it's here now. Where's the pivot chart? There we go. So, for example, on the pivots, we know that if it misses a pivot on one day, it's got a pretty high probability, or pretty it's likely that it's going to hit the pivot on the next day. And if it happens to miss twice in a row, the chances that it's going to miss 3 times in a row is about maybe 1% of the time. Because if I remember correctly, I'm looking at the last 250 days here, basically a year's worth of pivots, and that's just something to note. So how do you use this to make money? Well, you fade the pivot, meaning you trade away from the open and towards the pivot point. And yesterday, once again, when we were looking at the buy zone and price was right around the open, well, there was a good chance that it would take out the pivot. So let's just say, for example, you got in the trade. It almost hit the pivot, and then, but for some strange reason, you didn't exit, and then it came all the way back down, and maybe you got stopped out. Well, that's on you. You know, you have to have some money management in place. So, I think there was about, what, 20 some pips to be made here on this particular if you were to just enter, yeah, that's 21 pips potential there. So if you didn't take some pips off the table, that's on you, not the method. Once again, three-legged stool. You got to have your brain management. That's you. You got to have your risk management / money management. That's what, when to stop out when you're losing and when to take your money off the table when you're winning. And then the third thing is the method. And hopefully the method that you trade statistically, has that the statistics are in your favor. Now, that being said, you're not going to win every trade. And if you happen to lose a couple in a row, it may not be any fault of yours or the method. It just might be market conditions. And that's just what happens. You're going to have those winning streaks, you're going to have those losing streaks. And you just have to ride them out. So I'm not really sure what other statistics or what else I can do statistically. Now, I think they also asked me about inside bars. Do I have a chart? I don't know if I have inside bars on these charts here. Oh, wait. I do. The inside bar chart. um, this really isn't based on statistics per se, because I haven't run statistics. It's an observational, meaning when you see an inside bar, chances are sooner or later price is either going to break out of the high of the inside bar or the low of the inside bar, possibly both. So last week we had an inside bar, and you can see here price is broken out, and right now it's 13 pips outside of that. So that one I haven't really run any statistics on it, because it's one of those things where it'd be kind of hard to do that, because when do you stop running statistics? I mean, if you take this bar and then you only look at the next bar, well, the next bar might not break out, or it might break out by 1 pip, but then the bar following breaks out huge. So it's just one of those things where it's just looking at the statistics, or just I'm sorry, just looking at the chart and just observing what happens on these inside bars. So right here, we're in a 5 months ago. We're still in that inside bar range, and you can see here it went out the top, and you see here it went out the bottom, and we're right back in that range. So we just have to wait and see what happens from the monthly perspective. And the weekly, I already showed you. And then finally on the daily, we had an inside bar 11 days ago. And you can see here, there was a nice move. Very nice move out of that daily inside bar. And the nice thing is you had a second opportunity to get in. Now, that would have been on a red daily candle, but that would have been in the green rat zone. So that one would have paid off. So I'm not sure how else to analyze the pivots or the inside bars, because it's pretty straightforward. And let's see, where was the pivots chart? No, that's not it. Right here. And you can download these indicators, the missed pivots and the missed pivots plot. I believe this is the missed pivots and this is the missed pivots plot. It plots these. So I guess with the rest of the time, we can just go through the charts here. Let's see. We've got the wick zones here. You can see we're out of the weekly wick zone. Escape that. And we filled all of the gaps yesterday. And as far as the opening range for the month, you see we got inside it and then we fell out. Once again, a nice simple horizontal line trade. And this is another one. It's just based on observation. When you think about it, the first day of the month, the range is usually not going to be anywhere near the monthly range. So, you know, price is going to have to either go out one side or the other. And here it went out the top first, 1, 2, 3 tries, actually 4 times. It went out the top, but then here it came out the bottom. So that's a simple trade too. Now, the thing is, you know, I show a lot of different methods or different trade ideas. Don't try to do them all at once. You know, you have to pick one and stick with it. Otherwise, you're just going to have a mess on your hands because the statistics probably won't be in your favor because you're going to miss the one trade that, you know, may have made you the money. Whereas if because you were looking at a different method. And then sometimes you'll get conflicting signals. One will tell you to go short, something else will tell you to go long. It's best just to stick with one method. 206 pips above the yearly open and 400 pips below the yearly high. Once again, looking at the inside bars and the range, only 54 pips on the day. I don't know what's going on. There's something with the currencies that we're just not getting the range. Maybe all the traders are over on the cryptos. I don't know. Here, once again, just looking at the buy zone daily open, weekly open, the same on Mondays. And you can see here prices moved away from that weekly open. Rat zone. I say range is too low because I like to see 60. We're only at 53. But you can see here, there was opportunities to make money for the green rats. Even though they never hasn't gotten out of the rat zone, there were some still nice little trades to be had. So let's see, price near S1, bias is long, price is near S1, and price is moving up. And the pivot trading plan, it's right there, that indicator. Pivots we've gone over. Wick zone, statistically, last time I ran, it's like 77% of the time price leaves the wick zone. These are our DSR trades, dynamic support resistance. And there's a 3-ball at the bottom. You had the M1 lowest high right here. That was a long trigger. And you can see we're about 6 pips above that at the moment. And price is moving up. Also, and from the 40 area, you know I like to call that the launch pad. So the pound is launching out of the launch pad. Walmart trade right here at 50. Looking at the ranges on the days, you can see here we're at the 5 percentile range right here at 54. It just hasn't been moving. Oh, and this is the ATRs. And we can get into ATRs, I guess, on another day. So, fellow traders, that's it. I hope I answered the traders' questions about pivots and inside bars. Just remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.